Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 4 unique business ideas that I believe have potential, especially for people living in Nigeria. The first one I'm going to be speaking about is a garage sale. Host a garage sale. Hosts a garage sale. So here's why I think a garage sale has potential, especially if you host a series of garage sale. For one, we live in a very interesting time. Japa is a thing. People are immigrating almost every day. And I think that one of the problems or the challenges people might have as they travel out of the country is how to get rid of the stuff that they've accumulated over the years. So you could market yourself to people like that and present like an opportunity to help them sell off things. And if you can do that consistently, I believe that there is potential for being able to make money from that source. Another way you can present it, another way you can market yourself if you want to host a garage sale, is to market yourself as a social event. I believe social events are very lucrative because they tap into our need as humans to connect with other humans. So if you create an opportunity for people to bring stuff that they do not use anymore in their houses and come and trade them with other people, and you price it reasonably, I think you might be able to make substantial amount of money from such a business. The next business idea I'm going to speak about is teaching a language. And when I talk about language, I mean African language, a Nigerian language. Many people did not grow up in their ancestral lands. Their family moved away, and because of different circumstances, they didn't learn to speak their language. And language can be such an enriching thing, right? And so many people crave to learn their language, but there are not enough places where we can learn how to speak our language. So if you speak any Nigerian language, especially those that are quite popular and common, right, and you know how to teach language, what I mean is that you know how to teach it, break it down in such a way that people can reconstruct it back together and communicate, because not everybody that knows something knows how to teach it. But if you really know how to break down language in order to make it easily digestible and something that people can easily access and use, then think about teaching language. You can set it up offline, right, or online, and I really believe that it is a very lucrative business. I think so. I really believe so, that it's a lucrative business, because many times if you look up Nigerian YouTube channels teaching language, they try for a while, they teach, and then before you know, the channel has fizzled out. There's no consistency. Meanwhile, if you check out people teaching other maybe European languages, they are doing so well. And I believe there's a market for African languages, there's a market for Nigerian languages. So if you know how to break down language in order to make it easily accessible, in order to make it like something that people can easily use, the way Duolingo breaks down language and makes it easily accessible, if you can do so, I believe that you are sitting on a gold mine. The next business idea on my list is to host speed dating events. If you don't know what they are, please look them up. Dating, romance is big business, right? And everybody and their mother and their father is looking for love. So tap into the human need to commune with one another and to find love, right? And host speed dating events. Look up how to host them and consider hosting them maybe every quarter of the year. It goes without saying, but put a lot of thought and effort into the ambience and the experience that people are going to have when they come to your speed dating event. If they come and there are not enough men or women right, to go around to talk with, obviously people are not going to want to come back to your event, or even what they call it, recommend your event to other people. But if you decide to host like a friendship speed dating kind of event, that will be fine. You can have any amount of females and any amount of male, because people are coming there to find friends. But if the goal is to find love and romance, right, put a lot of thought into making sure that like the same amount of men and women. Do a little bit of background auditing for people who are going to come to your show, so that they're of the same like social group and they have similarities. So a lot of work goes into hosting a speed dating event, but not that much. I don't think it's like an insurmountable amount of work. It is doable, right? And that is why you can charge substantially for it. If people have the chance to meet someone and have the chance to have a good experience, people might be willing to pay up to maybe even 40,000-50,000 for a date. I don't know, for an event, or maybe 30,000. So think about the ambience, think about the kind of people you want to attract with your event. And I feel like it's a very lucrative business. The last but not the least on my list is running errands for people, right? It could be grocery shopping, but I think there's one I really want to share, and it's hospital errands. If you've ever been in a hospital setting, if you've ever had a loved one in a public hospital, right? You know how overwhelming it can be to go to all the places that the doctors want you to go. Oh, go and buy this and go and buy that, do this. And meanwhile, sometimes you just want to be with your loved one, you want to be by their side, but you have so many things to run around doing, and it can be so overwhelming. So you can have a business where you're like an assistant for people that are in the hospital. It can be sort of like a doula. If you do not know what doula means, please look it up. There are postpartum doula that these are non-medical people who offer assistance to a new mother. They help her with cleaning, maybe some errands. Just look it up, right? So I believe that in this part of the world, a doula for hospital errands can be sort of a good side hustle, right? As long as you are aware that people who are in the hospital have already spent so much, so overpricing might not work, in that scenario. But if you are moderately priced, I believe that it is a side hustle that has potential. I think that the work of a caregiver is quite exhausting, even on an individual or families. It's quite exhausting. So that is where you come in, right? Your job is to offer assistance, to offer a break from the stress of running errands, maybe between the hospital. Like people who have family members in hospital have to go back and forth from the house and all that. If you can find ways where you can relieve some of their stress, that can be such a good side hustle. Obviously, do not take advantage of people in that scenario. Please do not do that, right? Do not take advantage of people there. Just do your work, get paid. And I believe there's really potential in this business line, right? There's potential for it to be a good side hustle. The job of a caregiver is obviously very taxing. If you look it up online, it's so taxing. There are even situations where people who are caregivers die before the person they're even caregiving for. So make sure that you price yourself in a way where you can take care of yourself, you have profit at the end of the day, but not too much, right, that you exploit people. Okay, so that is all for today's video. If you have loved this, please share, right, like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.